Well, have you ever felt like your project is just a never-ending series of checked boxes? You hit the deadlines, but the whole process just feels mechanical and honestly a bit lifeless. Well, prepare for a major paradigm shift. Today, we're diving into a foundational explainer that completely changes how we approach project delivery. We are going to focus closely on the exact wording of the project management mindset, because in this framework, the specific words we use carry immense weight and they shape exactly how we operate and lead.
Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The project management mindset. 2. 3 dimensions of mindset. 3. Principles and performance domains. And 4. Adopting a holistic view.
Let's jump right into Section 1, the project management mindset, where we're redefining PM as a growth mindset.
The text specifically defines a mindset as a set of beliefs, ways of thinking, and habits that make sense of the behaviors and views of others, as well as a way to interpret and deal with various situations. So think of this as your project's internal operating system. It's that invisible code running in the background, dictating exactly how you react when, say, a key vendor falls through at the last minute, or a primary stakeholder suddenly pivots. It's all about how you think and adapt, ensuring you aren't just reacting to chaos, but you're actually strategically driving change.
Now, let's move on to Section 2, the 3 dimensions of mindset, which act as our core pillars.
To truly adopt this operating system, the integrated mindset is categorized into 3 crucial dimensions: proactive, ownership, and value-driven. These are quite literally your essential building blocks. By weaving these 3 exact concepts together, organizations build a highly structured, solid framework for hitting exceptional project results. Let's break down the exact wording of each of these foundational terms to see why they're so critical. First up, the proactive dimension emphasizes systems thinking and appropriate levels of planning to ensure target quality thresholds are embedded within every project phase. So imagine you're building a custom house, right? If you wait until the roof is being shingled to check the integrity of the concrete foundation, well, you're setting yourself up for a catastrophic and really expensive failure. Being proactive means you're not just putting out fires. You're embedding quality checks from day one, building a culture where foresight prevents the fire from ever starting in the first place. Next, we have ownership, which focuses on the accountability of leaders and the development of a high-performance team culture. This completely transforms the dynamic of your day-to-day management. Instead of acting like a traditional taskmaster, hoarding all the decision-making power, you become a culture builder. You empower your team to take absolute charge of their specific roles. And when everyone feels that shared sense of ownership, individuals become self-reliant, highly committed, and the whole team just pushes the project forward with way less friction.
Finally, the value-driven dimension emphasizes delivering maximum value by seamlessly integrating sustainability throughout the project lifecycle. Listen, in the modern project management world, sustainability isn't just some environmental buzzword. It's about long-term business viability. It's asking, will the outcome of this project still be relevant, functional, and impactful 5 years from now? This dimension makes sure your projects perfectly align with those high-level strategic goals while also contributing positively to the broader community.
This brings us to a strict 33% split across people, profit, and planet. Profit is absolutely no longer the only VIP in the room. This breakdown beautifully illustrates the triple bottom line, proving that genuine success relies equally on all 3 of these factors. Think about it. Modern projects often stumble dramatically if they ignore the human element or their environmental impacts, regardless of how much money they might save in the short term. To be genuinely value-driven, your project has to strike this exact, careful balance.
All right, moving right into Section 3, Principles and Performance Domains, where we are connecting the foundation to the mechanics.
So, the principles? Those are your foundation. They're the core beliefs, that proactive mindset, and the ownership culture we literally just unpacked. The performance domains, on the other hand, are the structural mechanics built right on top. Think of it like trying to operate heavy, complex machinery on top of a crumbling brick floor. It just doesn't work. You simply cannot have the mechanics, the moving gears and engines of your project, functioning optimally without that firm, unshakable foundation of principles supporting them from below.
These specific performance domains provide the structured, practical application necessary to actually operationalize your principles. They include governance, scope, schedule, finance, stakeholders, resources, and risk. Let's group them out. You've got your hard numbers and rigid structures, like governance, schedule, and finance. Then you have the critical human elements, namely stakeholders and resources. And bridging the whole thing together, you have scope, which includes quality, and risk. These are the exact methods required to take a project from a bold idea to a fully delivered reality.
Now let's look at how these intersect. When we map out the principle of embedding quality and focusing on value, we see it stretches across almost every single domain: governance, scope, risk, schedule, finance, and stakeholders. Being an accountable leader hits governance, stakeholders, and risk. But crucially, look at integrating sustainability. It applies to all performance domains, every single one. That is a massive shift in how we build things. It proves that a foundational mindset belief doesn't just float in the air as a nice idea. It has a very specific operational home where it must be actively executed.
And that leads us perfectly into Section 4, adopting a holistic view, seeing the whole system.
The rule here is that adopting a holistic view aligns with systems thinking, emphasizing the interconnectedness of elements within a project. You cannot isolate a single performance domain because, quite frankly, everything impacts everything else. Imagine a project manager who is hyper-focused solely on the schedule. They're aggressively pushing the team to meet a tight deadline, but they completely miss a massive failure brewing in the risk domain. By ignoring the interconnected nature of the project, a narrow win in one area almost guarantees catastrophic loss in another.
When chaos hits, here is your playbook. By utilizing a systems thinking approach, you can trace complex problems straight to their true origins. Step 1. Grasp the overall situation and connections. Step 2. Pinpoint root causes of challenges. And Step 3. Foster interdisciplinary, innovative solutions. By stepping back and taking in the whole picture first, you pinpoint the actual root causes, rather than wasting your energy treating superficial symptoms. And from that place of total clarity, you can build solutions that actually last.
So I want to leave you with a direct challenge from the text to really reflect on. Are you managing static snapshots or seeing the whole system? Are you merely reacting to static data as it flies by, or are you utilizing a true growth mindset to see the whole living system? The way you answer that question dictates the true value and ultimate success of your next project. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep focusing on those core dimensions and always remember to step back and view the bigger picture.